Good morning everyone, and welcome back to Craft Eccentricity and a little bit of bright sunshine on my table. Look how bright that is, isn't that great? Right, I've got a little personal haul that I'm going to share with you. Die stamps, stencils and some new stencil brushes, so I'll go straight in. First up, my first set of stamps, and they all stamp absolutely perfectly, is a little Mad Hatter with a teapot. And I did stamp him out and colour him in and cut him out, and he's very, very cute. So that's my first one. And then I got the Scarecrow and the Lion, which I think it's better if I turn it that way around. And I just know all of these are going to stamp great because I use them on my stamp platform with 2mm thick fun foam, and you get a perfect stamp every single time. I'm always telling you that. And then we've got the Tin Man and a Flying Monkey. And I've got an Alice and a Queen. And then I've got a Mad Hatter. No, not a Mad Hatter. That's the Mad Hatter. I've got the White Rabbit and a Mushroom, which is seriously cute. I use things like this on journal pages and cards and tags. So I got those, and then I got 3 dies which are sort of like autumn, and I've got pumpkins and apples with a little barrel, and it's all kind of wood grain. I'm going to be using this set. I've got a set of 3. I've got a crate with pumpkins that's got little wheels. It's got daisies and stuff and a little pull handle. And I've also got a tiny little scarecrow, and I just love that crow. So I'm going to try and turn these into just one big card, and probably be something quite dimensional, so I can put it in the kitchen for autumn. So I got those, and then reaching over the table, I got 2 stencils. I got a square and a dots, and I also got a floral one. So now onto my stencil brushes, and if I just grab a few things out of the way here, I've actually used 3 and got them dirty, and I'm going to show you stenciling now. These are what they look like, and I think I paid $14 for 20. But look at them, they're really lovely quality. Each one of them comes individually wrapped. You just pull them out of the wrapper. And I don't know how good my camera's going to be. But you know those like big oval makeup brushes that you use for ink blending? It's the same texture. It's really, really lovely. So you can sort of like, if you've got a nice juicy ink pad, you can sweep like that through a stencil, or you can dab off and you can just dab down, tamp it down, I think that's the right word, isn't it? And get an even softer look. But as I say, I've got all of those, and I just chuck them into a Dollar Tree basket, and that's how I intend to keep them, because I do use quite a lot of stencils nowadays. And I don't know about you, but I've got many stencils from many years ago too, and I've got them all in a box, and I think it's time to just get them all out. So I got me some of those because, quite frankly, I was tired of going over the lines. You know, you get some very fine lines in stencils, and you wish you could put just different colours into those areas without going over. And basically that's why I got these. Now, I have seen a certain company selling these online for, I think it's $60 for a set of 10. That absolutely horrified me, actually. You know, power to their elbow if they're selling them, but I'd much rather have 20 for $15, so that's what I did. Right, so stencils. This one I think is the most delicate of them, so I'm going to use this one and pop that one up there out of the way. I've got a sheet of cardstock here, and I'm going to peel this off and try and get it out of the bag. That's what I'm going to do. Now, these stencils were only a couple of bucks, which is, you know, preferable to 6 or 7, but Let me make sure that there's no manufacturing bits left over, because sometimes there is. You have to, even on expensive stencils, you'll get little bits like this, and you just go along and just pull them out and just make sure that your stencil is completely clear. Whoops, that one just flicked at me, but I think I've just got them all. Yep, looks clear to me. Right, so I'll just move the little bits that I just poked out, and I'll pop this down so that you can see it. It does fill that sheet of cardstock. I'm thinking maybe if I move some of my stuff out of the way, you're going to get a better view. Right, let's move those brushes over to there and pop that up. Oh yeah, the light. Try and get it in a position where the light is not so bright. Right, I think I'll move those as well. Okay, so colours. I've got a piece of kitchen paper in case I want to dab off, and I've got Kitsch Flamingo, Salty Ocean and Mowed Lawn in the oxides. So I think I'm going to go in with pink first. Why not? I do love oxides. They're nice and juicy. I mean, you get enough on a brush and it's quite literally like using paint. See, that's all totally loaded up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to sweep into this area and see just how precise we can get it all. Now you can get even smaller brushes than this, but I think you still want to have a little bit of blendy look when you're using a stencil. So of course I should have fastened it down and didn't. So I've done that pink bit. And now I think I'm going to go with Salty Ocean for that top part. And just get your brush again and just sweep it back and forth. Just get some of that ink up. And I haven't dabbed anything off. And I'm going to touch that and hopefully it's stayed there. And let's see what we end up with. Well, I can see that I've gone over the edge there already. But I think I can just grab the pink brush and sort of meld that into purple. But if you know what I mean, it's not giving as harsh a line as you would normally get. Ooh, that's looking quite pretty actually. And then I want to go up there and I'm going to go in there. So that's probably going to look quite purple, that bit that I've done so far. And then I've got green, so let's see what happens when we add green. There we go. Sweep it back and forth again, just pick some ink up. Hand on, I'm going to go into this area. And I'm just brushing it back and forth actually. And of course you're supposed to stick your stencil down, and I never do. I'm really, really naughty. And I'm pretty sure that I just moved that. So now I'm going to go in with a little bit of blue down here. I'm going to start getting arty and creative. See what happens. And introduce a little bit of pink into my green. I mean, this might be something that I can just chop up into a tiny little tag or something and stamp on top of. Who knows? But that looks quite pretty. Ooh, I like that. Have I got a black marker? Let me have a look on my desk. Go through everything. Ooh, I could have sworn I put my... Hang on a second, I'm just going to get a marker. Why not? Let's grab this one's a Copic 05 liner, and I'm just going to put my hand on there and just hold that stencil in position. It's quite a delicate stencil, of course, because it's got those little flower petals. I do love this fine liner. You can use it with all of your markers and it won't bleed at all. And then I'm just going to go a little bit into there. Let's see what we've got. Should I go around there? Yeah, I think maybe I should. Let's see exactly what we end up with. If I go quiet, it's because I'm enjoying myself. And enjoyment requires, you know, it requires silence and contemplation. But look at that. Isn't that a lovely blend? Ooh, I do like that. I think my hair's falling out. Sign of age. But just a little thing like that, and you can crop it into a tag. Hang on a second. Oh, yeah. And then, of course, you can just get your liner and just do whatever it is that you love doing. Doodling is just wonderfully, wonderfully therapeutic. And obviously going over oxide with ink, you need to clean your nib because the oxide will pick up onto the nib. Oh, but I like that. Isn't that pretty? Oh, yeah. So, there's a small display of my new stencil brushes, and I really like those. I mean, you can even get a softer look once you've worn them off. But really pretty. Oh, I'm going to go away and make myself some labels and stuff now. So you can see it does hold quite a bit of ink, and you can, let's do that while I'm here. In the traditional way, just tamp up and down on your stencil, and then you're getting that, you know, traditional sort of stippled look that you get with stenciling. And then let's see what's left on this brush to come off. I think I've worn all the pink off this bit, so let's try the green and see what happens here. So that's just pouncing it. Isn't that pretty? Oh, I really love that. I'll pick it up and show you. Turn it into the light. There we go. So you can get it really smooth, or you can spackle it up and down. That's a good word, isn't it? Spackle. And then get that really, really soft effect. But, you know, unlike your traditional brushes, which are huge, and you end up with very large areas of blue or green or pink or whatever colours you're using, these are quite sort of more detailed. So I do like these. And as I said, I've got my little Dollar Tree basket, and I will just take all the wrappers off all of them and keep them in there. Yes, I most certainly will. Right, I thank you so much for watching, and as usual, all links are below. I have not got a clue what I'm going to be up with tomorrow, so you'll just have to come back. I'll see you then. Bye.